Hi guys, welcome back to the home in Homestead. My name is Rebecca, and today on the Homestead we'll be doing part 6 of a multi-part series of hearty soups and rustic breads. And for today's recipe we'll be making buttermilk biscuits together. They'll be a flaky and delicious biscuit that are great for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. So the first thing that we're going to want to do is get our butter prepared. So we will be doing 1 cup of cold butter, and that's 2 sticks of butter. And we'll be using the food processor today. We have the shredding discs all ready to go. We're going to shred this cold butter. And I prefer a little bit of a larger chunk of butter in my biscuit, so I'm having it on the coarse shredding feature. We'll spread this shredded butter onto a little cookie sheet with some parchment paper. You could also just coarsely chop the butter with a knife. And I will put this butter into the freezer while we prepare the rest of the ingredients. Alright, so next for the recipe we will need 2 cups of buttermilk. If you don't have buttermilk, you can just simply add 1 tablespoon of white vinegar for every 1 cup of milk to make 1 cup of buttermilk. So in here we have 2 cups of milk, so I will add 2 tablespoons of white vinegar. Just mix that together. We'll just let this sit for about 10 minutes. Now for the dry ingredients. In this bowl we have 4 cups of flour. It's an all-purpose flour. To this we will add 2 tablespoons of sugar. Two tablespoons of baking powder. And a half teaspoon of baking soda. Let's mix this together. So we have the butter all shredded and in the freezer, staying nice and cold. We have our milk with the vinegar to make the buttermilk off to the side, resting for 10 minutes. So let me go preheat the oven to 425 degrees. Alright, so let's get these biscuits put together. So here we have the prepped butter from the freezer. We'll add this to the flour mixture. We're just going to incorporate this butter into the flour. I'm using a pastry cutter. You could use a fork just to get the pieces of butter throughout the flour mixture. Now we'll add that buttermilk. We'll mix this together. Just incorporate all that flour, mix it together. Well, this is a pretty sticky batter or dough mixture here, so we'll flour our surface. We'll turn it out onto that floured surface. So we're just going to use our hands and just try to get this dough together so it's a little more workable here. What I like to do is kind of shape it into a rectangle. And I'll fold one side into the middle, and the other side into the middle. We've made another rectangle, and just fold it over the top of itself to make a nice square. Okay, so we have our nice square of biscuit here. So let's just roll it out to about a ½ inch thickness. So I have these biscuit cutters here. Do large, medium, or small. You could also use a glass, a drinking glass, or a mason jar, and we'll cut them into the biscuit shape that we want. I think I want a big circular biscuit today. So you just cut them, put them onto a cookie sheet. We have a dozen here. Let's cut some more. Alright guys, we have 22 buttermilk biscuits, so let's put these in the oven at 425 degrees. We'll bake them for 12 to 16 minutes. So I'll start them at 12 minutes and see how they're looking. Okay, the first tray of biscuits is finished. It took 14 minutes. The other tray I'm letting cook a little bit longer. They have a nice golden brown top and nice and flaky in the middle. So wait till the other pan is finished and then we'll take a closer look at these buttermilk biscuits. Alright, so the second pan is finished and those took 16 minutes. So we'll let these biscuits cool on the cooling rack for a little bit and then we'll have a taste. Okay guys, well here you have it, flaky and delicious buttermilk biscuits. We were able to make 22 biscuits and these will store nicely on the counter in an airtight container, or how I have it here is a domed cake stand. That'll keep them nice and fresh on the counter for a few days, or they store nicely in the refrigerator for about a week. These will be great with a little dollop of honey or fresh homemade jam, maybe biscuits and gravy or a fried egg sandwich in the morning for breakfast. These would be great for lunch or dinner as well. Keep watching for more videos on hearty soups and rustic breads, where these buttermilk biscuits would pair well with some of these hearty soups that we'll be making together. So let's take a closer look at this buttermilk biscuit. Nice crispy top and flaky inside. Nice and flaky and tender. So good, guys. You can also take these buttermilk biscuits up a notch with the butter level by melting some butter and spreading that over the top just before serving, and that'll make it even more salty and buttery and delicious. Well, I hope you enjoyed our time together in the kitchen while we made these fresh homemade buttermilk biscuits. I hope you're having a fantastic day, and if you're in the mood for something buttery and flaky and delicious to go with a salad or soup or something different for breakfast, you should give these homemade buttermilk biscuits a try. Well, if you're new to the channel, I would appreciate you subscribing. If you enjoyed this video, please check out some other videos I have in the Hearty Soups and Rustic Bread series, as well as some other videos I have on recipes in the kitchen, food preservation, organization, and home decor. And if you enjoyed this video in particular, please give it a thumbs up. See you next time. Take care.